Shalom. We just start by giving all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Kokodash. Yahweh is the true name of the Heavenly Father nation Hebrew. Yahweh Shai is the true name of the Only God Son. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone of well, and peace and salutations to the elect of Israel, the true Hebrew Israelites of the Bible, or the so-called blacks, so-called Hispanics, the so-called Native Americans, as well as your Israelite foreigners that may look like the other nations but believe it's truth. This is Brother Shakol here with a video lesson on you see the title, how America is a failing business, and this inspired watching the first of the Spirit Power of Yahweh Shabbat Shem Kokodash. But through the I was watching the Elder Apostle Ramlab's video, and there was a point where we touched on America being is really a corporation, and so these the citizens of this great whore unknowingly are really just slaves to the American corporation, which is Babylon the Great, is America in the Bible. And Yahweh Shad has laid out the descendants for those that trust in this place, that the Lord proclaimed his judgment against Esau, who will be in his blessing and have the riches of this world. The earth will be given into his hand, and so Yahweh Shah is bringing judgment against Esau and his kingdom, and bringing this business corporation down. That's the times that we're in now, and all these people that have built up their kingdom here, built up their home here, and put their trust and their stock in this place. Yahweh Shah is gonna bring you down. That includes all the heathen in this land, in the 2/3 wicked Israelites. Then we'll start with this one. This is Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 6. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, Woe to him that increaseth that which is not his! How long, and to him that ladeth himself with thick clay? And so Esau has laden himself with thick clay. Now, without understanding this, what elders and apostles say to go into words, you would have no idea what that means. So you go into that word thick clay, makes perfect sense. And it's in the Hebrew. The word for thick clay is ibadyat, Strong's H, Hebrew 5671, ibadyat, and it means heavy debts. So woe to him that increases that which is not his, and to him that ladeth himself with thick clay. So Esau is laden with thick clay. He's established this governmental, really a corporation of America, which has done business through the four corners of the earth. Esau's heap been covetous and raped, robbed, murdered, and plundered, and exploited and exhorted the four corners of the earth. Esau is the true grimy slumlord. And you got wicked of our people following the same customs as Esau. But this is what Esau has done. And Yahweh Shah is bringing him down. America is a failing business. Esau is a failing businessman. We're seeing the financial collapse of what he has tried to establish. And it really goes back to ancient Babylon, because Esau used the practice of Babylonian money magic, where in ancient Babylon they used witchcrafts and control mechanisms to control the people with through debt and usury. And brothers are going into it, and that's and so that's what Esau does. Esau, being the modern day Chaldeans, the rulers of the daughter of Babylon, which coins it to Edom in Psalms 137 chapter. And so we're in the daughter of Babylon. This is Babylon all over again, Babylon the Great. So Esau uses that Babylonian money magic, trying to control the people and with money, and ultimately it's going to bring forth his own downfall. And Yahweh Shah is bringing our power, the power of Israel, is bringing the collapse power Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob is bringing a collapse of you Edomites in this financial system, and it's gonna trickle down to all those that trust in this man and leaning upon this broken reed on Egypt, because America is the spiritual Egypt as well. You lean your hand, as it says in Isaiah 36:6. Lo, trusting in the staff of this broken reed on Egypt, whereon if a man lean his hand, it shall go through and pierce him. So those that trust in this system is like leaning your hand on a broken reed. It's just it's gonna pierce you, because a broken reed has no stability. Wisdom and knowledge of Yahweh shall be the stability of thy time. This is in Isaiah 33:6. And so Yahweh, the Heavenly Father, Only God and Son, is the true is the only power. Those that think money is power, and the saying goes, are sadly mistaken. And if you fell for the trap of this of this damn slumlord devil Esau. These elites, starting with the elites. But that's how the Lord set it up. Let's read this again. Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 6. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, Woe to him that increaseth that which is not his? How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay. So Esau is laden with thick clay. And we went into that word thick clay, meaning heavy debts. And America's debt is past 38 trillion. And these Edomites are bugging out. They're afraid. Their debt has passed 38 trillion. Yahweh Shah is bringing this place down. Call Yahweh Shah. And so it's not billion, it's not 38 billion, 38 trillion. This is Habakkuk 2 and 6 that you're seeing. Esau is laden with thick clay. He is laden with heavy debts, Ibadyat in the Hebrew. Esau is laden with Ibadyat. He 38 trillion of his numbers. I mean, he's in his own trick bag. And Yahweh Shah has put him in that trick bag. America is a failing business. All that conniving and scheming they done, especially through the elites, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, and so on, it's all coming to an end. And you people, these peons, are unknowing victims. And you're going to find out. Because one thing that Esau runs is a fiat currency. Now, what is a fiat currency? Looked it up for you so I can read it to you so you understand. A fiat currency is a national currency that a government has declared to be legal tender, but which is not backed up by a physical commodity like gold or silver. Its value is derived from the public's trust and confidence in we'll read it again. In the issuing government and central bank, as well as the forces of supply and demand in the broader economy. So a fiat currency is not like you could say, at least I'm backed with this gold or I'm backed with this silver. A fiat currency does nothing. So Esau is making you a debt slave off nothing. He just got your information, Social Security, and all that, and he just controlling you. Trying to be Yahweh Shah. He's trying to play God. As the scriptures say he would do in 2 Thessalonians, the 2nd chapter, Isaiah the 14th chapter. He would sit, exalt himself as Yahweh Shah. He would sit in the seat of God, showing himself he is God. This is what the so-called white man has done, the man of sin. Yahweh Shah is going to bring judgment upon him for doing that. But this is all prophecy. And then what it said, so read again, the fiat currency is a national currency that a government has declared to be legal tender, but which is not backed by a physical commodity. So what you're really doing by participating in this whole nightmare called America is you're trusting, you're basically America's the bank, and you're the person going to the bank, and you give all your money to this man, and it ain't backed by nothing. You don't know who's running it. The damn elites just picking off everything that you have. You're just a debt slave to a failing economy that's laden with $38 trillion in debt. And and it's a fiat currency. The U.S. dollar is a fiat currency. So you basically just said, I'm handing over my whole being to you, um, and I get it back with nothing. I pay taxes on what I do get, um, and what you have, and you've gained by rape, robbing, and murdering the whole four corners of the earth. I get maybe an apartment in Texas. I mean, this is the American nightmare. This is Babylon the Great, and it goes back again to that Babylonian money magic. And so Esau got you in a trick bag, and what he's about to do in his formation of the New World Order to make you all debt slaves is he's gonna mass microchip implant mandate you. He has an agenda to microchip the population, which is the mark of the beast in Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. Where he's gonna cause all small and great, poor, free, and bond to take a microchip, the mark, correct, in the right hand or the hand of the forehead. So this is Esau's next step in controlling you all as debt slaves. Is to microchip you, and that's why you got Trump running holding a Bitcoin statue, a statue of him holding a Bitcoin. Or rather, he's running with Elon Musk, who said he wants to microchip hundreds. I think he said hundreds of millions of people. Brought that out recently. Wants to bring for a UBI, have robots take over the jobs. Just went into a lesson on that. And so, and this is the was it Aaron Russo in his interview with one of the Rothschilds, or was it the Rockefellers? I think I can't remember, Shalakia, but he had an interview, and they said how they want to microchip the population. That's the mark of the beast. And so Esau it just has used America America is a corporation, and all y'all are in a trick bag, and he's gonna try to microchip you. In Revelation 13:16. I might actually have to grab it. I did not. I thought about going into this in the lesson, but I didn't. But now the Spirit's told me to get it. I didn't think I was going to get it. But all roads lead to the MOTB. This is Revelation chapter 13 and verse 16. And he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or on their foreheads. And so Esau is going to create a mass microchip implant mandate. That's what this is talking about. The mark is the microchip. The beast is Rome. We're in a revised Roman system. This mark is going to show who's being in allegiance with this Roman system, which is going to be perfected in the New World Order. And it read again, Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. And he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. So the mass microchip implant mandate. Right now, he's got you trusting in this fiat currency, and running in the rat race, with nothing to your name. And soon he's gonna make you submit to this system to a microchip, and it's Yahweh Shah controlling Esau to bring forth this, because it's the Lord Yahweh Shah's mark. The Lord is the one who's controlling Esau to bring forth the mark of the beast, because all men's goings are of the Lord Yahweh Shah. The king's heart is in the hand of Yahweh Shah. As the rivers of water, he turneth the whithersoever he will. And so the Lord Yahweh Shah controls the minds of these kings, and that includes the elites. Let me read again, Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. And he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell. So this mark is connected with buying and selling. So that is the microchip. What is the one thing, or one of the two major things that the microchip is connotated with? Is buying and selling. People taking a microchip and buying things, is put in a palm, put in their hand, and it even says it in Revelation 13, and they are able to buy things with a scanner through the microchip in their hand. That's the mark of the beast. And the other thing is connotated with is miracles. And Revelation 13 goes into it further up, the miracles in the sight of the beast, which will be shown forth through the mark, through the RFID microchip. We've got these people being able to control things with their thoughts through taking the brain implant, and it says it also goes into the forehead. And so all things is all spiritual. Everything that's going on, it's all prophecy. So read it again, Revelation chapter 13, verse 16, and he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So this is where Esau is going next with this whole making you a slave in this society, and as a debt slave, which again, going back to ancient Babylonian money magic, and Esau being the modern day Chaldeans, the modern day astrologers and sorcerers, ruling the daughter of Babylon, which is America. Psalms 137, Isaiah 47. And I don't want to go too deep into the Babylonian money magic, but brothers have look it up. Ray Millstone Akim have went into it on in depth on the Babylonian money magic, how ancient Babylon used its things in Esau of debt slave and usury, and Esau has perfected it. It has pushed it forward because Esau is the devil through the left hand wickedness. And it's going to lead to the mass microchip implant mandate. And when you go into that, when you look up the 603 which even a average person may even have a knowledge that is connotated with the mark of the beast. The number is 603. I might as well grab it. We're going to go into that word for the 6 in the 603, which in the Greek is chi stigma. We're going to go into the stigma in Revelation 13. We didn't read it, but the 18th verse, we'll read it. Revelation chapter 13, verse 18. Here is wisdom, let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 603. So let's go into that, the word for 6. Or the 603 is chi stigma in the Greek. Now going into the stigma is Strong's G4742. Stigma, meaning to stick, prick, to stick or prick, incised or punched for recognition of ownership. So it's a physical mark that shows who you're a slave to. So right now you're a debt slave to Esau, participating in his system, but there's going to be a mark that signifies that. It's something implanted into the skin that shows ownership. And that's idolatry against the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, and the Son, Yahweh Shah. And so the Lord going to put those to death. Yahweh Shah going to put those to death. Who takes the mark? Lord Yahweh Shah, the Lamb is coming back to destroy you with fire and brimstone. It says in Revelation the 14th chapter, there ain't no repentant from taking that mark of the beast. Again, Revelation 14 and 9. Or 9 to 11. Or roughly. Or even 8 to 11. We'll keep reading on. A mark pricked in or branded upon the body. To ancient Oriental usage, slaves and soldiers bore the name or the stamp of their master or commander, branded or pricked, cut into their bodies to indicate what master or general they belonged to. And there were even some devotees who stamped themselves in this way with a token of their gods. So Yahweh Shah is his movie, and he's controlling Esau to be the bad guy, to be the devil, and to try to fulfill a new world order agenda of making the whole world a debt slave, or deleting a lot of people and making the rest a debt slave through taking a microchip, the implanted incision, the stigma, the charagma, which goes to the root word charax, and we're in the number of it. In the last 6 is the stigma, going into this prick or stamped or imprinted or incision that shows who your general or master is, or who your god is. And so this is what Esau is doing, bringing forth the ancient custom of ownership through with modern technology, through the mark of the beast, the RFID microchip implant, or the RFID microchip, which is going to be, the import going to be mandatory. That's the prophecy of Revelation 13:16. And so Esau always brings forth things of old, because Esau is a culture vulture. Esau is a culture vulture. Not only with Jake, with because Jake is the salt of the earth, we're the best at music, sports, acting, the way we dress, we're the best at everything. All the nation follows, and Esau is the worst. So he's a culture vulture, then cave dweller or nobody. But he's not only a culture vulture towards us in that manner, Jacob were the form of all things, but he's also a culture vulture to these heathen and their idols. He takes all the idols of the heathen. He's the devil, so he just pushes that wickedness crazily, like he said in the Greeks, which were Edomites. That in that time evils increased upon the earth. You had Alexander his four succeeding generals, Lysimaeus, Cassander, Ptolemy, and Seleucid. They increased evils upon the earth. They went through Antiochus the Fourth, who also known as Epiphanes, just bringing absolute abominations to the southern kingdom in that captivity at that time, defiling the temple, defiling us. And this is what Esau is doing today. Because Esau is the devil. He's the dragon, that old serpent from the garden, which goes into the sorcerer, which is a man, the Edomites. And he's the devil, the dragon, the beast, which the dragon, the beast represents Rome, or the revised Roman Empire. And so Esau, the so-called white man, is the devil. And we're the Israelites, and that's important to understand in the milk, knowing that we're the Israelites, Esau is the devil. And we know his whole MO is having a perpetual hatred against us and trying to destroy us and keep us from our power, Yahweh Shah. We know that's Esau's goal. But back to the point on how Esau is got you in a trick bag with a fiat currency. We went on an MOTB tangent. We'll go back to the fiat currency because I wanted to make it hone on a point in there. A fiat currency is a national currency that a government has declared to be legal tender, but which is not backed by a physical commodity like gold or silver. Its value is derived from the public's trust and confidence in the issuing government and central bank. So let's read that part again. Its value, the value of a fiat currency, which the US dollar, if you know it or not, is a fiat currency. Do you even know what the US dollar is? It's a fiat currency, meaning the shit's backed by nothing. You actually have nothing by participating in the American system of having dollars. And what else are you doing? Is breaking it down. Its value is derived from the public's trust and confidence in the issuing government and central bank. So you're just trusting in America and its money, which is laden with thick clay. You were trusting in Esau, the devil. It's good to say never trust thy enemy. In the Sirach, Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 10. So rolling with this fiat currency I mean, we have to, because we're in captivity. We're gonna pay our taxes. We're subject to payments. We work for now, but I'm just trying to make the point that of Esau, of America being a failing business, and showing what Esau has done, how it links to he's the devil, where it's going with the RFID microchip implant mandate, what Yahweh Shah says through the scriptures, on how this man's system is collapsing, and those that trust in this man is going to collapse with him. But exposing the folly of this man's rulership and how he's trying to exploit you through the fiat currency, while using money is not wicked, but just showing the wickedness of Esau's system. And those that trust in it are wicked. Instead of trusting the Lord Yahweh Shah. But reading on, We'll read it again. Fiat currency is a national currency that government has declared to be legal tender, but which is not backed by physical commodity. So it's still astonishing to me that Esau, it just has people um having people put their whole life just trusting in him to have backed by nothing, just have money backed by nothing, because he's trying to make you a debt slave, or uh, which is not backed by a physical commodity like gold or silver. Its value is derived from the public's trust and confidence in the issuing government and central bank. And so, how stupid are the people that trust in Esau's government? This is why the scriptures say, "Store up your treasures in heaven, where moth or rust doth not corrupt, and thieves neither break through nor steal." And Esau is the biggest thief. He takes taxes from you. He commits usury against you, which is against the law to put usury on the poor of our people. And Esau always comes at the poor, which is us Israelites. But even the poor of us Israelites, the poor Israelites, the poor of the poor. And so, Esau is the devil. And so put your treasures in heaven, in the kingdom of Yahweh, where moth and rust doth not corrupt, and thieves neither break through nor steal. Because the treasures of the kingdom is going to be everlasting. It's going to be a righteous kingdom, which righteousness is immortal. And the earth is going to have new management. Where the Lord Yahweh ruling King David, then 144,000 hope to be of that number, Yahweh Ratazah. But reading on, or that's pretty much the point. And what was I'm gonna try to look up the quote where they said that you would own nothing and be happy. The phrase "you'll own nothing and be happy" is a provocative prediction from a 2016 World Economic Forum essay, which they spoke about central bank digital currencies, which is going to lead to the microchip implant mandate, the mark of the beast. It said the World Economic Forum essay in a 2016 World Economic Forum social media post based on a hypothetical future where a person relies on a sharing economy for most needs. While it is presented as a potential outcome, it has been widely interpreted as a prediction of a future where global elites own everything and individuals do not. And so that's what they're doing. The elites is where people are going to own nothing, and the elites is going to own everything. And they're going to do that by microchipping the population, and they're starting it through what they're doing now with that fiat currency, that you put your whole trust in, they say the government, but it's really the elites with your money. And it's backed by nothing. So you give the elites all your trust and confidence, and they just take all your money, and you got nothing to show for it, but whatever they give you. And so you Edomites are really in the trick bag within your own kingdom. Now I want to get this. Ecclesiastes, also known as the Book of Sirach, chapter 14, and verse 3. And I was actually reading this. I almost made the lesson yesterday, but I reading, and I actually read this, and I was like, "Oh, that's the spirit," because I wanted to use this in the lesson. It was called Yahweh Shah. But it's Ecclesiastes, also known as the Book of Sirach, chapter 14, verse 3. Riches are not comely for a niggard, and what should an envious man do with money? So riches are not comely for a niggard. What does that mean? It means Esau is a stingy bastard, and riches are not good for him. Esau has no business. Is not. Let's put it this way: is not well suitable to handle money. He's stingy at his own table. Now, now when you go into that word, it means stingy or miser. And you look at that word miser, it means a person who hoards wealth and spends as little money as possible. And so uh, uh, Esau hoards wealth. He tries to heap everything to himself and all the world's riches when he's just a stingy bastard and he doesn't keep the commandments of Yahweh Shah. And so he's not fit to have all these riches. But the Lord Yahweh Shah said the earth will be given to the hand of the wicked. Esau is fulfilling his blessing in the fatness of the earth. Yahweh Shah gave Esau, the devil, a short season to rule. And Yahweh Shah is going to take him down. And whatever he built, Yahweh Shah is going to throw down in 1 hour and exalt his name and his son's name in the destruction and deliver us Israelites, but the elect Lord's word of number from this captivity. And from the hand of this devil. And Lord's word of the elect to be delivered. And so Esau is a covetous bastard, and riches are not comely for him. And so we've seen what happens when you give a stingy miser bastard money and riches. You get bankers' wars, debt slavery, Babylonian money magic, taxes, $38 trillion in debt. This is the fruit of an envious man with money. And Esau has exploited the four corners of the earth with his riches, and also with the sword, which is his blessing. Esau blessing the fatness of the earth and the sword, so he would have the riches, he would have the earth, and rule it with a military way, showing you that Esau is the so-called white man. This is Revelation chapter 18 and verse 2. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, which America is Babylon the Great, and is become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. So America, Babylon the Great, is going to be destroyed, and it's going to become a habitation of wild birds, because America is going to be destroyed by nuclear missiles in World War III. When the Lord Yahweh Shah comes back, Yahweh Shah's judgment is to destroy America with nuclear missiles and laser beams from the chariots of so-called UFOs. So America is going to be a place of wild birds who will inhabit in the future. Verse 3, for all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of fornication, which wine represents philosophies. Esau has pushed his wicked philosophies like democracy and Moism through the four corners of the earth. And the kings of the earth, you've got Americanization. The different kings of the earth and these kingdoms have put on the ways of America, which has corrupted their citizens. And the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. So Esau, through Babylon the Great, has been a financial power, showing you that America is a business. And right now that business is failing. The merchants that have ties with America, they're leaving all from America. They're joining the BRICS nations. They're leaving the dollar. They're going to their own. So they're forsaking the oppressor. How has the oppressor ceased? The nations who has ruled the nation continual stroke is persecuted and none hindereth. And Isaiah will get that. These nations are coming up against the heathen, are coming up against Esau through America, who has been a great oppressor in the four corners of the earth. Isaiah chapter 14 and verse 6. He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke, he that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted and none hindereth. In Isaiah 14 is a chapter going in on the future prophecy of the destruction of Esau, the destruction of Babylon, which Esau is the so-called white man, Babylon the Great is America. So Isaiah 14 is the future prophecy of the destruction of this man's system, just like Revelation 18. It is pretty much, it's the same prophecies, but it's worded different. But it's the same, holding on different things. But it's the same center point of destruction as Esau in America. Or the so-called white man, which is the Edomites in America, Babylon the Great. Let's read it again. Isaiah chapter 14, verse 6. He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke, he that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted and none hindereth. So Esau, who has went through the four corners of the earth, raping, robbing, and pillaging, and brings oppression in every single way, is being persecuted, and none hindereth. No one's stopping. No one's stopping the movement of everyone coming up against the West. Again, the BRICS nations are financially leaving off from this man, and people and these nations are starting to forsake the whore. And so Esau is falling. This American corporation, the America is a failing business. The American corporation is coming to an end. And they're going to come down with great wrath, draconian laws, and a mass microchip implant mandate because they know they have a short time. And Yahweh Shah are going to destroy them once that happens. Once they bring forward that microchip, which is prophecy. Let's read it again. Revelation chapter 18, verse 3. For all nations have drunk the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. So America has been set up to do business with and buy and sell, do trade, import, and export with the different merchants, with the different kings of the earth, these different rulers. And so America has been a great whore, which has been exploited for money. And what's going to be the end of this whore and these merchants? Showing you America's a failing business, is laden with thick clay. Right now, 38 trillion in debt, heavy debt, thick clay. Skimming out Revelation chapter 18. Let me find it, Shalakia. We'll start here, Revelation chapter 18. In verse 8, therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fires. For strong is the Lord Yahweh Bashkim Shah power who judgeth her. So America's Babylon Great going to be utterly destroyed by fire. Nuclear missile lays me for the chariots and so-called UFOs. And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning. So the same kings that took on the wicked philosophies, that waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies, are going to see America being destroyed by missiles. And so America, this corporation is failing, and Yahweh Shah going to destroy it off the face of the earth. Standing afar off for the fear of, verse 10, standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, Alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. And it's going to take 1 hour for Yahweh Shah to destroy America in our time. Because in the Lord's time, it's going to be quick. Because the day to Yahweh Shah for us is 1,000 years. But for us, it's going to take 1 hour in our time. Verse 11, Revelation chapter 18, verse 11, and the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her. The same merchants that it did business with. It shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth their merchandise any more. And so the so-called great business of America is failing. And the nations are abandoning it. All hell is going to start breaking loose. They're going to bring forward a mass microchip implant mandate, and then the smoke of a burning is going to be seen. When 200 million warheads are going to destroy America, it's going to become a lake of fire. And Yahweh Shah is going to save the elect of Israel. The Heavenly Father Yahweh is going to send his only God Son Yahweh Shah and a chariot of so-called UFOs in the fellowship to beam up to deliver the elect from the elect of Israel from the destruction of Babylon the Great, because this is the land of our captivity. Now I want to go here. We'll probably close out here. This is Zephaniah chapter 1 and verse 12. This is like Zephaniah chapter 1 and verse 11. Howl ye inhabitants of Maktesh, for all the merchant people are cut down, all they that bear silver are cut off. So this is talking about you Wall Street, in the money system collapsing. Wall Street, Yahweh Shah is going to bring Wall Street down, and it's going to cause a global financial effect, a global devastating financial effect when Wall Street fails. So Yahweh Shah is going to bring down Magtesh. Zephaniah chapter 1, verse 11. Again, howl ye inhabitants of Magtesh, for all the merchant people are cut down, all they that bear silver are cut off. And when you go into Magtesh, what is that? If for those who don't know. In the Bible, Magtesh refers to a district in or near Jerusalem. The prophet Zephaniah, which we're reading from, mentions it as a commercial area where silver merchants traded. And so Magtesh is a merchant city, but it's prophetically referring to the judgment in the day of Yahweh Shah, of all hell breaking loose and the nuclear destruction of America. So this is not talking about the ancient Magtesh, merchant city in Israel. It's talking about, in a spiritual prophetic sense, of Wall Street, the modern day commerce. Okay, what did it say? The prophet Zephaniah mentions it as a commercial area where silver merchants traded. So in the time of the judgment right now of Yahweh Shah's day of destruction, where is the great trade and commerce happening? On Wall Street. So Yahweh Shah is said, how are ye inhabitants of Magtesh, for all ye that bear silver cut off? Roughly paraphrasing. So Wall Street's going to collapse. All you that trade and stock and buy, and watching for watching for the care for money. How ye inhabitants of Magtesh? Your destruction's coming upon you. Gird up your loins of sackcloth. You better start mourning. Is what I mean to say. Cause your kingdom's fallen. Woe to thee, O Babylon. And all you partakers with Babylon. Let's read it again. Zephaniah chapter 1 and verse 11. Howl ye inhabitants of Magtesh, for all the merchant people are cut down, all they that bear silver are cut off. So Yahweh Shah is bringing destruction to this whole financial global system. And we know they're going to crash and bring forth the mass microchip implant mandate. Let's get this. James chapter 5 verse 1. Go to now, ye rich men, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you. So all those that are rich in this world, Yahweh Shah is going to bring destruction upon you, in Esau, and in all those that put their trust in this man's money system instead of Yahweh Shah. And so those that trust in this man's system are going to fail. We trust in the name of Yahweh Shah, Heavenly Father Yahweh and the Son Yahweh Shah. The name of the Lord is a strong tower, the righteous run into it and is safe. This man's money ain't nothing. Verse 2, your riches are corrupted. Or read verse 1 again. James chapter 5, verse 1. Go to now, ye rich men, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you. It's good to say, in the day of adversity, there is no remembrance of prosperity, roughly paraphrasing. And so, when famine comes and all hell breaks loose, all them time of your riches, it ain't going to mean nothing. Don't matter if you had a mansion in a garage with 20 cars that you never drive. When them ribs start touching your belly, it ain't gonna mean nothing. Read again, James chapter 5 verse 1. Go to now, ye rich men, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you. Your riches are corrupted, and your garments are moth-eaten. So all you destruction is coming upon the rich in this world, in this age. And we're going to go back to Zephaniah 1, and we're going to close out at verse 18. Zephaniah chapter 1 and verse 18. Neither their silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them in the day of the Lord Yahweh's wrath. But the whole land, America, Babylon the Great, shall be devoured by the fire of his jealousy. For he shall make even a speedy riddance of all them that dwell in the land. We read 1 hour is going to take for Yahweh Shah to destroy America by fire. So America is a failing business, and those that are trusting in it are going to be destroyed. And take a microchip, and going to be destroyed by that nuclear fire. And Yahweh Shah going to save the elect of Israel from this system. And so I hope that's edifying. With that, going to give all praise and glory to Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Kokodash. Yahweh is the true name of the foundation in Hebrew. Yahweh Shai is true name of the Son. The morning said others in the Pasuk, Milson, well, Shalom to elect.